Hello. Welcome to the Paper Jam Podcast and Internet Broadcast. I am Kate the Great, and this is episode 10. I'm not teaching you shit in this here video. I'm just gonna tell you about my trip. I went to Aruba. It was fucking awesome. I'm gonna stop you right there. Fucking keyboard warrior. This is so out of touch. Like, nobody can fucking relate to this. There's so much happening in the world. How dare you go on vacation? Shut up, bitch. What? With all due respect. You know what I mean? I had a nice time with my family. I had a fucking awesome time with my family, in fact. So, both of my parents turn 60 this year. My daddy is already 60. My mom will be 60 in like a month. And they are firm believers in a few things. One, your casket don't come with pockets, bitch. You know? So what's the need to hoard your shit? Two, they've always said they don't want to leave us, God forbid. And the day they die, they don't want to leave us a whole bunch of shit. They would rather enjoy experiences with their children while they're alive and physically able to do these things. I think that's I good shit, mom and dad. So they said, shit, for our 60th birthdays, we should go on a family vacation. Me, I'm like, hell yeah. How about 61, 62, 63? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Shit, let's do this every year. Also, my mommy retired. My dad didn't. He's not retired. He tried to retire. He retired for about 3 weeks, but he's an anxious young man, you know? Not anxious like, oh, if I retire, what happens if it, not like that. Well, maybe like that. But he has ants in his pants. You know what I mean? My mama can keep herself busy. She'll dick around in the garden. She, is involved in this thing, that thing, and the third. She's doing this, that, and the other thing in the community. Da, 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 with the church, with this thing. My dad's like, he has to just do something. His ass still at the job. um, sorry. That's anyway. It was a celebration for their birthday mostly, but also like mom's retirement, but mostly for their birthdays. So all of us went to Aruba. All of us there's five of us, mom and dad, three girls, and then both my sisters are. Little sister is engaged to be married. Older sister is married and has a baby. So us five, the two husbands, and the babe, my niece. A couple's retreat and my stupid ass. It was fine. It's so much fun. Don't even trip. Um, okay, boom. Self, roll the footage. Here's the shit that I'm gonna show you. First of all, bro, when I tell you these are the most beautiful beaches that I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, the water looks like glass. It's like, what? It doesn't even make any sense. It's the kind of thing that, when there's a word in Arabic that is subhanallah, which is like, I couldn't even tell you the direct translation, but it's like in awe of God. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. Like, this can only be done by the hands of something greater than us, greater than a human being. You know, that's how I feel when I hope you still feel small. Yeah, you know. That's how I felt. Like, whoa. What a beautiful world we live. It just is humbling, I guess. I don't know. Not to be cornball or nothing, not to be goofball, corny and shit. But seriously, it was so beautiful. And I love I keep a houseplant or 10. So I also love seeing the different nature in places. Aruba is tight because it's flat AF from what it's a pretty small island and it's flat as hell. I didn't get any videos or pictures I don't think of the cacti, but there's a shit ton of cactuses, which is sick. A whole bunch of cactuses and then a whole bunch of like flowers and plants and things that I had never seen in real life and like, bro, I never thought I would see no damn birds of paradise flower in real life. Those bitches are sick. They're so cool. I'm so serious. Saw some birds of paradise, saw some palm trees that I thought were rad. They had all kind of shit coming off of the palm trees. I don't know what the hell it was. And it wasn't like coconut. It was like some stringy looking situation. I don't know what the hell that is. But it was very cool. My sister did find a coconut and absolutely butchered that bitch open. Okay. Please keep in mind this is. What the fuck was that, Sid?
I missed.
Oh. She's a surgeon.
I'm kind of coring it out. Any ideas?
Okay, my idea is for you to stop missing.
Alright, something happened.
That was an experience. I didn't taste it or anything because I get nervous, bitch. Listen, I'm allergic to tree nuts. You know, like whatever the fuck. I don't know. Not a peanut. The other ones. Almonds and shit. The ones that grow on trees, motherfucker. I don't know. Walnuts, those ones. So I'm like, shit, coconut nut. I'm nervous. I know that's kind of goofball, but like I've had shredded coconut and no problem. But those shredded coconut so goddamn processed. I don't even know if that shit is a real coconut. You know what I mean? No, like if shredded coconut is the real one. So my sisters like drank the water and ate the shit. They said it was mid. So like I didn't necessarily feel like I was missing out on anything. But there was a coconut adventure. I saw all kind of cool nature. They got a bunch of iguanas and shit. And they have this one little lizard that's like black and teal. It's the coolest little shit I've ever seen. I'm not mad at a reptile. Bitch, you look cool. Oh my god, is that your baby? You know, I'm not anti reptilian. They don't like scare me or freak me out. Bro, fuck spiders. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I am kind of anti bug unless you're like a butterfly or something cute. I don't love insect. Reptiles, I can appreciate them sometimes. So these little fucking fluorescent ass lizards, they were cool. Again, it's not like I'm like out here trying to pick them up or anything. I don't know, bitch. You making me salmonella or something. I don't fucking know what you carry. But I will observe those shits were cool. What else? Oh my god. Ooh, we ate at some different restaurants. Here goes the footage of our food. And just pass. Can we take a picture? It's on video right now. Just let it pass your plate.
I'm crying.
Amazing. Show Isabel's french fries even? Okay, Sid, what was this?
Mofongo, right?
Hero, I don't know what that is.
It's
Jack Daniels.
she said
And like, here's some footage of the restaurant. Dude, I think perhaps I had the best meal. This might be like top 3 to 5 meals of my whole life that I had. It was at a restaurant called Lima Bistro in Aruba. Huge shout out to the waitress, Jean, my queen. She was so good at her job. I'm always impressed by people. I just love people who are good at their jobs. Jean was fucking awesome. She was just very good. Um But I got the damn short rib. Oh my god. And I thought it was like a damn mashed potato sitch. It was yuca though. I fucks with yuca. You ever had yuca? Yuca's good, but usually when we eat it, like, um, we go kind of hard as a family on Christmas Eve. My dad makes a big ass Cuban feast, and we have yuca with it. But we usually have like he'll cut up the yuca. You ever seen a yuca fry? Except we don't fry. It's not fried, but like cut up into like quarters, and then with like garlic and shit. Oh, delicious. But like in its form, you know. I never had a mashed uke. That shit was gas. It was so fucking good. And then the short rib, son, I don't know what they did, but they marinated and slow cooked that bitch for like 8 years or something. You know when you can just you touch the meat and it just fall apart. Oh my god. It was amazing. The architecture is pretty cool. Aruba was colonized by the Dutch. I don't know where the fuck Portugal comes into things because the language of Aruba, first of all, I'm always like, damn. Because other countries are so multilingual and things that I'm like, God, that's so impressive to me. They're, the language spoken by the people is called papiamento, and it's like a Portuguese Creole type sitch. Like if you listen to it, it sounds a little bit like Spanish, but a lot like Portuguese, but not full blown Portuguese. I don't even know. It's wild. But they speak like Spanish, English, Dutch, and Papiamento. I'm like, okay, damn, you're better than me. That's so impressive. But Papiamento is interesting because it's like nowhere to be found in any kind of like translator app or anything. It's cool. But I don't know where the Portuguese influence comes from. I probably should have like looked some shit up before I recorded this video. Whatever. Um, because again, colonized by the Deutsch, so not Deutsch, Dutch. Deutsch is fucking Germany. Dutch, as in Netherlands and all that. Jesus. So the architecture looks kind of, you know what I'm saying, Hansel and Gretel-ish.
Where was where you guys went last night?
Oh, it wasn't this far. Was it this far? Okay. But it was just kind of back in one of these roads and
Like real colorful and kind of ornamental and shit. It's very cool. Um, oh my god. My favorite day of the trip. We went out snorkeling, right? First of all, like I say, is the most beautiful water I ever seen in my whole life. So it's so clear and so like easy to see everything. Um, but we went out on like a little excursion. We stayed at like, I don't know, my mama found somebody condo on Verbo or something. And um it was absolutely beautiful. Roll the footage self. Okay. And then so when we went on our snorkeling expedition, we like drove to like a Hyatt. It was somewhere in the back of a Hyatt. Bitch, I've never seen such a bourgeoisie Hyatt. That was the nicest fucking Hyatt I ever seen. Roll the footage. Was there too many koi in that pond? That was what I was thinking. I said, Jesus Christ, this is a lot of fish in this little area. It's beautiful, but like, also, I think that we're feeding them too much because I think they're comatose right now. I think they're in a literal food coma. They have one of those things where you like put a quarter and you get some food for the koi, and you could throw it. I know those fat bitches are already fed boots. Also, though, it makes me a little sad when I see like really majestic ass parrots. I don't know where the fuck is a parrot native to? Like a real one, like probably one a cracker type parrot. Also, why do birds talk? Justice for you, my boy. I feel like we don't explore that enough. Of any animal, if you're gonna sit here and be like, pretty girl, and like speak fucking English to me. You know what I mean? Like hit me with a chimpanzee or something, a bonobo, something that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be my cousin. Your ears look like a human being's ears, monkey. So like if you spoke, I'd be like, that's crazy. But like it would make a little bit of sense to me. A bird? What the fake? That's the government. Just kidding. I don't know where they're native to. It makes me a little sad when I see them in a cage. Anyway, walk through this nice ass hotel, go to the back of it, because that's where you go for the damn snorkel expedition. Cool. We go, we get on a boat, bitch. Hang on. Okay, we get on a boat, do our whole thing, come back on the boat. When I was getting off the boat, I got a little brave. I was a little drunk. I don't want to talk about it. Bruised the bumbleclot out of my knee. Want to see? I'll show you. Hang on. Oh my god, that looks so bad. It didn't even hurt. It didn't even hurt when it happened either. Drunk. But it really didn't even. Whatever. Um. Okay, so boom. We go. We snork. Well, they take us out. We get on like a little dinghy boat, which takes us out to the bigger boat. Get on the bigger one, which takes us out yonder into the ocean. When we're going out yonder into the ocean, they're playing the music. I'm vibing. It's a fucking fiesta on the boat. Everybody on the boat, nice as hell. You know what I mean? Like it was a group of us doing the little adventure. So much fun. Playing good music. They have bevs for us, alcohol and not alcohol, all included in the shit. Um, oh my god, I saw these big shits floating in the ocean, and I'm like, who is that litter? Nope, it's a turtle. I saw two of them. No footage. You just have to believe me. What kind of turtle? I don't fucking know, girl. I'm not a marine biology. But not the snapping ones. Because aren't snapping turtles only in freshwater? Those little funky ass turtles are only like around these parts. They're like fin noggin, dude. The fun turtles, they're in Aruba. Saw two of them. I say, oh my god. Then they take us to. This was my. I think this was my favorite day of the whole trip, just because it like turned me up. So there was a shipwreck right around during World War II. At this time, the Dutch were still like all the way in control of Aruba. They're not anymore. I think the way it goes now is like Aruba can't like get into any fucking foreign conflict or anything without consulting the Deutsch with. God damn it! Anytime I say Deutsch, I do not mean Germany, bitch. I mean Dutch. I'm just an asshole, and that's the way I talk. I don't know. They have their own like internal government in Aruba, like their own parliament and stuff that makes decisions for the domestic affairs, the internal affairs of the island. But I do think like there's some shit that the Dutch are still in control of. However, during World War II, the Dutch were in control of all Russia, like everything. So I don't know necessarily what happened, but Germany was, doing its Nazi shit during World War II, and they had it was a cargo ship, so just like carrying shit that was, I guess, built in Cuba or named after a place in Cuba, which would be, I guess, the way you really would pronounce it would be Antilla because it's a double L, but they called it Antilla. So we went to the So here's what happened in Europe during World War II. Germany was like, getting closer and closer towards the Netherlands or some shit. So in Aruba, they were like, oh shit, this here German cargo ship, if they invade in Europe, then the cargo ship, like these fuckers are going to think that they can invade all the way on this side of the world. Word to colonialism. You know what I'm saying? I barely know what I'm saying. So, like, I recalibrate. So, Dutch people or Dutch ships surrounded this German cargo ship whilst it was in like, Aruba's waters. Surrounded them because they were like, bitch, you're not going to get all big and brave around these parts. And so the Nazis on board of the, como se llama, of the Antilla, they did scuttling. I don't know how you would like tense that. Skedaddled, bitch. I don't fucking know. But they sunk their own ship because they were like, I'd rather die than be captured. Well, guess what, stupid? The people on the ship got captured any fucking way. Like the whole crew, the Nazi crew, was captured anyway, but the ship sunk. This here Nazi ship sunk. Motherfucker. And we snorkeled it. So fucking cool. And like saw the ship and stuff. My dad all spooky ass. I looked up all this history while we were down there in terms of like, okay, they captured the guys on the ship because he was like, bro, what if there's dead bodies in that motherfucker? Oh my god, dead Nazis! I'm scared. And I was like, shut up, pussy. It's fine. This is sick. Uh, but anywho, I googled when we got back to the hotel or whatever that evening. I was like, no, poots. They captured everybody on the ship. They captured all the Nazis on the ship, and then they were like, go build your prison, bitch. Go build the prison that you're then gonna be kept in. But then I guess the Nazis negotiated and they fucking went to Jamaica to be imprisoned. I don't even know. But all I'm saying, I say this to say it was no dead bodies in that bitch. Just the ship. It was so cool. That shit was fascinating to me. You know I love history. So that was, I think, my favorite part. I would just floating in that bitch like, wow, this is amazing. And then they took us to another little location that was like coral reef vibes. And they had like a rope swing on the boat. That was cool. They gave us a chicken sandwich. That was sick. And then I fell asleep on the ride back and then bust up my knee on the way off. Anyway, it was a fucking awesome trip. I am so stupidly blessed. My biggest blessing in my life is my family, bro. I swear to God. Really, really, and truly. Because I fuck with those people to the max. You know what I mean? Do they get on my nerves sometimes? Shit, sometimes. Probably. On this trip, I can't think, nothing stands out that I was like, that person was aggravating. Like, nah. But, you know, anyway, any kind of would be. But, like, none of us have, like, beef for real. And I think the older I get and the more I see people who, like, have not great relationships with a parent or a sibling or stuff, I'm like, damn, that fucking sucks, dude. Because my family, bro, I fuck with those people to the max. Oh, and we watched some art heist show on Netflix. At the end of the day, we would like watch an episode. Motherfuckers, they ain't even know who found it. Still don't even know who stole the damn art. So what the fuck? How are you gonna make 17? Not 17. How are you gonna make like 4 episodes of something and then the crime is still a cold case? What the fuck? Anywho, I had a blast, bro. Now I'm back in the news, or, you know, back to the regularly scheduled programming and things. But yeah, that was how I spent the week. It was incredible. It was awesome. Thank you, Aruba, for your hospitality, your kindness, your allowing us to visit. It was unbelievably beautiful. And I hope I can go back. And even if not go back, I pray I can continue to see the different places of the world because I think it just is a very humbling experience, honestly, to see other places, see the way people live, hear the languages other people speak, see what they just, I don't know, makes you realize, like, God, we have such a, like, we are given such a beautiful life is really, God put us in the middle of the most gangsterous art project of all time, Earth. And we sit here and fucking bicker with each other and do dumbass shit, bitch. What a useless, like, this world has so much to offer if we would just stop being dickheads to each other, bro. Again, not to be cornball, but I don't know. That's how I feel. All right, brother. This probably going to be a short little episode, but that was my trip to Aruba. I'm sure somebody's going to tell me how fucking out of touch and unreal that I. Whatever, bitch. Love you, bud. See you on episode 11. Be nice to each other. Bye.